Everyone is going somewhere, whether it's to work, school, home, or an event, or a loved one. All through this life, people are always on the move, going from one place to another, wondering where their heading will bring fulfillment. The truth is that everyone is seeking something worth giving their life to. Even in the most atheistic countries in the world, there is no such thing as an atheist, because every human being worships something: money, power, popularity, themselves, or the one true God. The point is, everyone will give themselves to something.
Hello, my name is Steve, this is Jennifer, and this is Gavin, and here's Aiden. We're the Cuttinos, missionaries serving in the Czech Republic.
And right now we're on our first term. We live in Prague, which is the capital city, and our main focus is learning the language. We have been studying intensely this Czech language, which is very difficult, but I'd say we're doing pretty good. We can understand about 75–80%. We are ministering to students in the Czech Republic, and God has called us to pioneer a university ministry somewhere in this country. We plan on going to that city and really starting something new that's never been done before in the Czech Republic. As of 4 years ago, there was no national youth department. So we're working alongside the nationals in this country to really see God do something neat among the students, high school and college age.
Because the national leaders believe, and we believe also, that the key to seeing this nation change is reaching this generation. So please be praying with us as we're reaching out and working alongside the national youth leaders to seeing this nation change for the kingdom of God.
There are many stories about the Moravians. One in particular which best personifies what we want to see happen here among the young people is told by Paris Reedhead. The Moravian Brethren were originally from the Czech Republic. They were forced into exile, though, due to their radical faith in Jesus, and because they were able to find refuge in Germany with Count Zinzendorf, the Moravians sparked a major revival there in Germany, which has had a global impact, including the leading of John Wesley to Christ. And that is why we are desiring that this old truth, told in this story, will be rediscovered again.
Two young Moravians heard of an island in the West Indies where an atheist British owner had 2,000 to 3,000 slaves. And the owner had said, no preacher, no clergyman will ever stay on this island. If he's shipwrecked, we'll keep him in a separate house until he has to leave. But he's never going to talk to any of us about God. I'm through with all that nonsense. 3,000 slaves from the jungles of Africa brought to an island in the Atlantic, and there to live and die without hearing of Christ. Two young Moravians heard about it. They sold themselves to the British planter and used the money they received from the sale, for he paid no more than he would for any slave, to pay their passage out to his island, for he wouldn't even transport them. And as the ship left the river at Hamburg, left its pier in the river at Hamburg, and was going out into the North Sea, carried with the tide, the Moravians had come from Herrnhut to see these two lads off in the early 20s, never to return again, for this wasn't a 4-year term. They'd sold themselves into lifetime slavery, simply that as slaves they could be as Christians, where these others were. The families were there weeping, for they knew they'd never see them again. And they wondered why they were going and questioned the wisdom of it. And as the gap widened and the houses had been cast off and were being curled up there on the pier, and the young boys saw the widening gap, one lad with his arm linked through the arm of his fellow raised his hand and shouted across the gap the last words that were heard from them. They were these: "May the Lamb that was slain receive the reward of his suffering."